Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the long-awaited 1-year review on the Samsung Bespoke all-in-one washer and dryer combo kit. Be sure to stick around. We're going to go through all the pros, the cons, what I loved and what I didn't love about this machine. Let's get to it. First and foremost, one thing that I consider to be a pro is the laundry detergent and the fabric softener containers. A lot of people have said that they don't like them, but I don't understand why. Only thing that I could think of that somebody gave me a reason, they have back problems. And I could understand why, because it is at the very bottom of the machine. I do kind of wish it was somewhere up top, but it does make sense. It's right there at the bottom, nice and neat and clean, and you only have to get to it like once every 6 weeks. I mean, that's really how often I have to fill mine up. But if getting down to it is a problem, they make a pedestal, and I'll put it down to the tagged products section of this video, along with this machine. If you don't have one and you're reading this review and you like it, feel free, and if you feel so inclined, click that link, go check the products out. I try to get the best prices and review those as often as possible, so you guys get the best deals always. The next thing is that it saves a lot of electricity, because this machine uses 120 volt power, whereas a regular washing machine uses 120 and a dryer uses like 200 to 240 volts of power, depending on what kind of system you have. So it saves a lot of electricity. So number 3, these machines, people say, oh, it takes 6 hours to wash and dry a load of clothes. And that's true if it's completely full. If you put it like halfway full, it's not going to take quite as long, because there's less to wash and less to dry. But here's an example. You go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. You have to leave at 7:30 to get there at 8. You start your clothes at 7 o'clock in the morning. You get ready for work. You leave for work. You get back home. You got to go pick the kids up. You got to go to the grocery store. You don't get back home till 6:30. Your clothes finished at probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. Washing, right? When you get home at 6:30, they have sat in that water all day long. Potential for mold, potential for mildew, potential for stinky smells. This thing, it washes. As soon as it's finished washing, it starts the drying process. So when you get home, they're ready to go. Now, if it's completely full, you might experience some wrinkling of the clothes. They are doing updates all the time to the software. And one thing I've noticed is that there is something that will allow the drum to spin like continuously for hours. The fourth thing, that without having 2 machines, you now have extra space. So as you can see behind me, I have laundry hampers over in this cubby right here. That's where my extra space is going. Or if you wanted to buy 2 of these, you could buy the necessary stuff. I'll link that down in the description below. You can hook up 2 of these things and have them going simultaneously. Back to the other thing, you could have other stuff in there. You could have extra storage, you could have some shelves, you could have whatever your heart desires in that space that would allow you to utilize and function better. So you don't have that other appliance. You could have shelving or hampers or whatever you wanted could be in that corner. I mean, as long as it'll fit, right? You can't put an elephant in there, but you could do something. The 5th thing is it's no louder than a regular washer and dryer machine. I haven't noticed it being excessively loud. Number 7, it will show you the stats of everything that you've used. Water usage, electricity usage, laundry detergent, and fabric softener usage after every cycle. So that way you can keep track of what you are using. And to that point is that whenever you are using this, the machine, it is trying to find the optimal amount of laundry detergent and fabric softener and water to get your clothes the cleanest amount possible while still being energy efficient. That's game changer, guys. You're not dumping in excessive amounts of laundry detergent, filling up your septic tank or filling up whatever, have all that gunk in your lines. So it's as optimal as it possible with the current technology. Number 5, there's no more stinky clothes. You put them in there, they wash, they dry simultaneously. You can stop it. Yes, you can stop it if you want to. You just wanted to do a load of clothes to wash and then finish it to dry later. You can do that. It's pretty easy. You just want to throw something in there to tumble dry. You can do that too. It does take a little bit longer to get to heat up, because it doesn't have like a traditional heating element like the other machines do, that I can tell, because it uses an evaporator system to remove the water from the air. 6 hours. I know you guys are complaining that it takes 6 hours, but listen, change your habits. In my opinion, that's what I've had to do. I wash before I go to work, and I wash before I go to bed. That way it's finished when I get home from work. put the laundry up, I do the next load, it's finished when I wake up in the morning. So if I've got to get clothes ready for a big meeting in the morning, I throw them in the washing machine. They're ready to go whenever I wake up. It's as simple as that. Some other concerns, king size comforters. So someone asked, how does it handle king size comforters? So this is a king size comforter that I purchased and ran it through a full AI Opti cycle. It took like 4 or 5 hours. Was clean, but it was slightly damp in the middle because it was tumbled just like it would in your regular dryer. It got spun up and in the middle of it was wet. So that's going to happen in a regular dryer too. This one's going to happen, but it's not going to get so hot on the outside and then stupid wet on the inside. So that's one thing I like about it, because it's going to actually, it's not going to get so crazy hot that it damages your clothes, which is awesome. That's another benefit. Okay, so now to the negative things. If it does have a really big drum, so if you're trying to put things in there like a big weighted blanket or a like a couch cushion. I used to put my couch cushions in there and fold them in there the right way, so that way they would just spin and the water would soak to the bottom, and then as it would spin, the water would still like soak the whole thing. So if like a child or an animal had an accident, threw up, something, you know, it was an easy way to just throw it in the washing machine. Well, these aren't belt driven. They are like magnetically driven. So they have to be calibrated and weighted properly. So if you do that, you can still do it, from my experience, but they have to be in there like perfectly centered for like a couch cushion, for instance. And I have not had a problem washing my weighted blanket in this machine. So, but it could happen if you have a really big one or one that's really, really heavy. It's a potential. So I'm just throwing that out there for you guys to know and use. Okay, so somebody made the comment on this, on the first review video, that I did not tell them that there were 4 screws in the back, because they just went and picked it up. They brought it inside. There were 4 screws in the back. That's to keep the drum in place. Like the first review video, it was a review video. It wasn't an installation video. So if you're watching this, there's screws in the back that hold the drum together. So whenever you get it, you have to remove those. Otherwise, it'll just go nuts whenever you start it. And it'll wobble all over the place, because that's what happens. So be careful. I'm not at fault for anything that you guys might do. It's not an installation. This one is not an installation video. But I will have one soon to go through my experience. All right, so to the negatives of this machine. I ran the cons. I ran a diaper through it one time, and it would not dry the clothes. So I ran a bunch of product cycle. I ran a bunch of tests. I did a bunch of things, and it still would not. It still would not work. It would not dry very well. So finally got it to where it was kind of like moderately working. I got all the stuff out. There was no more like little clumps of diaper in the heat exchanger. I cleaned all that out. I called Samsung and I said, hey, something's up, because I don't know what's causing this. And they came out, took the top off, and there was no diaper, but there was lint caught in the back. So back in behind here, there's a tube that runs, and the lint will go all the way to the back. And I did another video on this. It's like, I'll link it down in the description below. But basically that tube is caught with lint and caused it to not get as much airflow. So airflow is key on these machines. You got to have proper airflow in order to dry the clothes optimally. So the air goes through like here, back through the lint filter, through the evaporator coil that's got, you know, whatever, it turns it into water, pumps it down to the drain. The airflow just runs back through, all the way through, and sometimes the heat exchanger will get clogged, so you got to fix that. And then there's a place in the back that gets clogged too, which I think could be fixed better. And I'll show you that here too. But that is the other issue, is that there's lint literally everywhere. And then it gets pumped out. Well, whenever it gets pumped out, it gets stopped in the drain that's at the bottom. So there's lint literally everywhere. It gets stopped up in the drain down below. And I think that all these issues will be fixed in the vented system. So I'm going to get one of those and do a review on that guy for you guys too and see what happens. So those are really only the two things, is that there's lint that gets trapped in the trapment, and then lint gets trapped. It's really a lint issue. Lint is just causing all these issues. It just gets clogged everywhere and causes problems. So really, those are the only two negatives that I've come across so far. The only other thing would be that it's a lot bigger, it's taller, and it's not wider, maybe a little bit wider, but it's deeper. So if you have a small space, it's going to be hard to fit it in that space. So keep that in mind as you go to buy one. But if you like this review video, leave me a comment down in the comment section below. If you don't have one, I love this machine. I'm not paid to say this. Not on this video, I'm not paid to say this, but I do love this machine. I bought it with my own money, and I paid for it myself. No one helped me. I paid for it myself, and I would buy this machine again. I'd buy this machine 3 times if I could, because if I had the space to put it, I would buy 3 of them, because I think that they are energy efficient. They clean well, they dry well, other than the small issues that you're going to run into with other machines. Overall, just a great product, and I would absolutely get it again. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos just like this one. God bless you guys.